I just paid $2,400 for this RX 330, and check this out over here, all these cars. In the last 2 weeks, we have bought over 40 cars. And throughout this video, I'm actually going to show you what I paid for these cars, what I'm going to sell them for, and you'll be able to know exactly what I'm trying to make on them. So as you can see behind me, we actually have tons and tons of cars here in Recon. We've got a bunch of cars that are being inspected right now. In North Carolina, I have to get my cars inspected before I can sell them. We're back to where we actually have one full row of cars for sale. We've started our second row, and this is a massive far cry from what I was experiencing just 2 weeks ago. See, in the last 2 weeks, we bought over 40 cars. I've even picked up an auction because I knew we needed cars, and just it seems like we hit the week right where, okay, Alex, my mechanic, who doesn't buy a lot of cars from me, he bought like 22 or 23 cars in the week. I picked up an auction the next week, and he went and hit it hard, even just as much as he did the previous week, and I went to an auction and bought 8 cars myself. So we're getting to the place where we now have cars rolling in. We have inventory that's sitting here on the lot for sale. But here's the thing. What I'm concerned about is if we can actually sell the inventory. We're trying to price it cheaply out the gate just so we can actually move and see how the market is going to really treat us when we're ramping up our buying a little bit. We do have tax time that's it's not close, but it's not crazy far away that we have to start loading up. We have to start loading up for tax time months before it actually hits us. So these are the things that are going through my head. My concerns are, okay, we spend all this money buying all these cars right now. Might be a bad decision, might be a great decision. We don't know yet, but we still have to sell through inventory. And that's my concern, is if there's actually going to be buyers on the other side of some of these good deals that we're actually getting right now, lowering our prices, and we're going to see if they're going to sell through. All right, this is a 2010 Honda Pilot. We've actually bought a lot of these recently, and it's just an element of the market. What we see is when prices come down, then we're able to buy more stuff that we actually like. We know we sell very well. So as prices trend down, you'll see more Honda Pilots on my lot. You'll see more Honda CR-Vs. You'll see more Toyota Camrys. You'll see more of the things that we really want to have that we know we sell very well. This one, we only paid $2,400 for it. And these are easy sellers for us. $4,000, probably no problem. It's the newer body style. I say newer, but it's newer for us. Typically, we're buying the Honda Pilots that are a little bit older than this one. Prices coming down, we're able to buy more of this kind of stuff, and I really like it. So, $2,400, 2010. We'll start it out at $4,000. If it doesn't sell within a couple weeks, then we'll lower it by $500. But I think we'll be able to get $4,000 out of this just because they sell so well on my car dealership. And really, what's allowed us to buy so many cars in just a short amount of time is that other dealers are very weak right now, and it's causing a lot of these wholesale prices to actually drop into a range where we can actually buy them for our customers. I buy and sell cars that are $5,000 and under, and it's been very difficult over the last 3 years for us to be able to find cars, for us to be able to sell at these price points. $3,500 Lexus right here. We got a Mazda that's $4,000. It's very difficult to buy these kind of cars that we can buy and sell for under $5,000. And lately it seems like a lot of these dealers, because they've been so weak, prices have come down at auction. We've been able to buy more cars. So I'm coming to you live from Car Questions Answered Enterprises, the used car hub of the universe. So Alex, what would you attribute your success to at the auctions these past 2 weeks?
People not having money there, I guess.
You heard it here first. Dealers are broke.
They're broke.
They're broke. Back to you, Brandon. Thanks, Brandon. So I wanted to actually show you guys our war board here. So this is how we keep track of all the cars that are coming into our system. We have these little tabbies where we write the card, and they're magnetic. We spin it, and as these tabs go from this side of the board over to this side of the board where we're actually getting them cleaned, that lets me know when I'm walking in here just taking a glance how things are moving through our system, how fast Alex is getting cars through our system, if we have a ton of drive cycles, getting cars ready, if we have major problems, like we have a Jeep right here we just bought, it was overheating, we got to check that out. We have some transmissions that are issues, we have some motors that are issues. These are the things I want to keep up with to make sure we're buying the right kind of cars, we're spending the money that we need to spend, and when their work is all exhausted, when all these these tabs get over to actually cars being cleaned, then I know that, okay, we might need to buy some more cars because we're getting some out of our, it's a kind of a good bad thing, where it's usually really good because it means the guys got a lot of stuff out through our system. They're getting cars for sale, but it also means that, okay, now we need to probably ramp up the work that we have. The more cars that we have, the more work that they're going to have. And this is what I have to keep up with on a weekly basis to kind of know, okay, Alex, myself, we need to buy more cars. We need to pull back a little bit. We need to tighten what we're buying. We need to lower the prices of what we're buying. There's a few different segments of this actual business I have to pay attention to. I have to pay attention to the front end, what we're selling, how much we're selling it for. On the back end, this operational side, okay, how fast are we getting cars out? Do we need to allocate more time to fixing cars? Do we need to allocate more time to buying cars? And then just outside in the lot, okay, do we have too many problems that we're dealing with right now? Are we being not picky enough on the cars that we're actually buying? Those are the three kind of things I have to pay attention to when I'm looking at my business and being able to strategically plan on, okay, what do we need to tighten up on? What do we need to loosen up on? Where do we need to spend our money? And this tells me a lot. And here's the potential downside about buying so many cars in such a short amount of time. Well, Alex here has to deal with, I think I actually bought this car. Alex has to deal with a lot of problems that we purchased. Now, I bought, 8 of these cars that just came in out of the 40 over the last 2 weeks. So on a scale from 10 to 11, how great were the cars that I bought?
Well, I know for a fact that one of them might need a motor and a transmission.
Both. They need both. Yeah. It was a gamble Nissan Altima, and it was 137,000 miles, and it was $700. Wow.
It's fine. We'll figure it out. I'm gonna go drive it here in a minute just to make sure. But
well, keep your cell phone close.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because I'm gonna have to go pick them up.
Yeah.
All right, this one right here is a 2016 Ford Explorer, and we only paid $2,000 for it. This is another one of the types of cars I want to point out of what we're able to buy more of. It's a newer car for us. It's still 10 years old, so a lot of you people out there are going to be like, oh, it's ancient, right? No, this is for a car that I have to sell for $5,000 and under. That's what my dealership does. Stuff like this, newer stuff, this is going to be some of the newest stuff that we're able to buy. We haven't been able to do that over the last 3 or 4 years. Prices have been so crazy. This stuff is starting to come in. We're able to buy more of it. And we have customers that will come in. They don't care how many miles the car has. They just want a newer car. And then you have the flip side. You have customers that they don't care how new the car is. They want lower mileage. And we have to be able to satisfy both of those consumers. It's not about what I think is best or what I want to buy and sell. It's about what my consumer actually wants to buy. If it were up to me, I'd have nothing but Toyota Camrys and Corollas and Honda Civics and CRVs and RAV4s with 180,000 miles to 200,000 miles on them and sell them cheap. That's all I want to do. But at the end of the day, one, you can't find the exact kind of cars that I want to have on my lot, and two, then you're going to have consumers that want something different than that, right? So I have to go and I have to find stuff that people will buy. And for that, I mean, just like this, a Jeep Cherokee is not my favorite kind of car, but this is what people really like. They like the SUVs, third-row SUVs, and that Ford Explorer right there is a newer model. That's going to sell very quickly on my car dealership, and it's something that I might not be in love with, but my consumer is in love with it. I mean, it looks nice. They're decent cars, but they're just, I would rather have a Honda or a Toyota, but it's not about me. It's not about me. It's about my consumer. So we keep on buying stuff like that, the bigger SUVs that a lot of our consumers are really wanting right now. And I do this often. I don't know. I didn't even tell you how much we were going to sell for. We paid $2,000 for it. It's probably going to be like $3,500 Explorer. Oh, the dreaded Nissan Altima. Let's talk about it. I actually bought this car this week. Brandon, why would you buy a Nissan Altima? Why would you buy something with CVT transmission? Well, this one does not have a CVT transmission. And a lot of people get this car mistaken with all the bad Nissan Altimas that had the terrible transmissions. The transmissions turned to CVTs after 2006. The 2002 to 2006 Nissan Altimas were actually really good cars, with the caveat in the four-cylinder. The four cylinders, they use different transmissions even than the six cylinders, and the motors were so much better. The six-cylinder Nissan Altimas were absolute garbage. Their motors were garbage. their transmissions were garbage. But these, actually, I used to buy these all the time. You don't see a whole lot of them pop at auction anymore. But even so, there's so many dealers that are so scared of Nissan Altimas just because of the CVT transmissions that they won't even buy these. This one's only 400 bucks. I bought this for $400. It's got 179,000 miles. Paint's bad. I see it. It's rough, right? But I'm trying to find cars that I can hit at every segment of the consumer base that I'm trying to hit. There's some people that come in, they only have 1,500 bucks. They only have $1,800. I'm going to be able to have a car that they can buy, a $2,000 car. A lot of them come in, they can't save up. It's impossible for them to even get $3,500 for some of my cars. So I need to have a range of cars, even in my niche, to be able to serve those customers. I got customers that come to me all the time that bought tons of cars from me over the last 14 years. Families that come to me and buy cars, and they're always like, okay, what you got for $2,000? What you got for 2,500 bucks? And I have to keep buying cars like that. And $2,000 cars, this is what they look like. So I have to have stuff like this. Hopefully we won't have to do anything to it. I bought another Nissan Altima at the same auction that was a gamble. I didn't check it out before, but it was going through cheap and only had 130,000 miles. And I paid 700 bucks for it. But Alex told me motor and transmission's bad in that. So this one actually checked out, and it seems like it's okay. Only paid 400 bucks. We can only lose so much. That's another thing too. The risk is so low on cars like this that even if we have to just throw it away, if we have to scrap it, if we have to send it to auction and just dump it, it only brings 250 bucks. What am I out? I mean, $400 plus your buyer fees, probably 200 something dollars. I'm risking $400-ish if this thing just gets reduced down to metal. So there's not a lot of risk associated with this, and then a lot of upside, and then the added benefit of, okay, I can get somebody into a $1,800, a $2,000 car. And that's a big benefit, because if that person's able to buy that car, it's able to last them a year, then I just made a customer for life. Because if you buy a $2,000 car and you drive it longer than about 4 or 5 months, you're printing money at that point. And we've actually bought so many cars recently that I had to make this 2 videos. So the very next video that's going to come out on this channel right here is going to be more of the cars that we've bought in this batch of 40 or so. So make sure you're subscribed and stay tuned for the next one.